Chapter 25, Rule Engines, Workflow, and AI. This chapter delves into the tactical application of specific engines, decision tables, workflow patterns, and AI use cases that drive real corporate lending automation. The focus is on practical, production-proven patterns rather than abstract buzzwords. Rule engines, anatomy of credit decision tables. Credit rule engines are fundamentally parameterized decision tables, not opaque magic boxes. They provide a structured and auditable way to automate credit decisions based on predefined criteria. Consider a simplified rule set for a small business term loan application. If annual revenue is greater than or equal to 10 million SAR, and debt to EBITDA is less than or equal to 3.5 times, and KYC risk is low, and requested limit is less than or equal to revenue times 0.2, and facility tenor is less than or equal to 5 years, then approve up to delegated limit with priority 100. A robust rule engine typically comprises several key components. Conditions such as financial ratios, exposure limits, and KYC risk assessments. Actions including approving, rejecting, or escalating applications, priority or precedence mechanisms to define evaluation order, exceptions or overrides for manual intervention, and comprehensive audit trails logging which rules fired, inputs considered, and final decisions. In practice, corporate lending often involves a layered approach. Layer 1 consists of hard blocks such as sanctions checks or expired facilities. Layer 2 encompasses policy rules, including standard ratios and limits. Layer 3 covers risk appetite rules related to portfolio concentration and sector exposure. Layer 4 applies relationship rules for strategic clients or special relationships. Decision table patterns that scale. Effective decision tables employ patterns that can be scaled across various lending products and scenarios. The limit matrix is the most common pattern, widely used for determining loan limits based on credit rating. For rating A, revenue multiple is 0.3, max tenor is 7 years, and max limit is revenue times 0.3. For rating B, revenue multiple is 0.25, max tenor is 5 years, and max limit is revenue times 0.25. For rating C, revenue multiple is 0.15, max tenor is 3 years, and max limit is revenue times 0.15. The covenant auto-waiver pattern has narrow use for automating waivers of minor covenant breaches. For DSCR with minor breach less than 10% and less than 30 days late, auto-waive. For DSCR with major breach greater than or equal to 10% for any days late, escalate. For net debt with any breach severity and more than 90 days late, escalate. Key design principle. Rule engines are most effective when they handle the 80% of volume that is routine and predictable, allowing complex deals, the 20% of value, to bypass automated rules and receive human expertise. Workflow orchestration, the real automation hero. Workflows are crucial for orchestrating the interactions between human agents, rule engines, and various systems within the corporate lending process. They define the sequence of tasks and decision points. Corporate workflow types include: first, straight-through processing designed for fully automated processes with no human intervention, flowing from transaction to rule engine to limit check to posting. Second, single human gate involving one human review point for complex requests. Third, multi-stage sequential with linear progression through multiple departments. Fourth, parallel review with multiple reviews occurring simultaneously followed by consolidation. Effective workflow orchestration systems possess critical capabilities including dynamic routing based on amount, credit rating, or product type, SLA monitoring and escalation, flexibility for parallel versus sequential gates, document attachment and versioning, and decision history with rationale capture. Credit workflow patterns by product complexity. The complexity of a lending product often dictates the appropriate workflow pattern and potential for straight-through processing. Simple products achieve STP 95% or higher, including working capital renewals within existing limits, standard overdraft excesses within small thresholds, trade letter of credit issuance within established facilities, and interest rate resets. Medium complexity products achieve STP 70%, including term loan renewals with identical structure, minor covenant test failures, facility amendments for pricing changes only, and collateral substitutions for like-for-like assets. High-complexity products achieve STP less than 20%, including new facilities over $50 million, limit increases over 25%, material covenant waivers, and restructuring proposals. Practical implementation note. The goal is to push as many processes as possible into the simple and medium complexity categories through standardization and clear rule definitions, reserving human expertise for truly complex scenarios. AI-safe use cases, where machines actually outperform humans. Artificial intelligence can significantly enhance corporate loan management by automating tasks where machines demonstrably outperform humans in terms of speed, accuracy, and consistency. Document intelligence achieves 90% ROI through financial spreading from PDFs with 95% accuracy, contract clause extraction, KYC document classification, and invoice or receivable validation. Behavioral early warning achieves 85% accuracy through overdraft utilization patterns signaling liquidity issues, payment delay clustering indicating cash flow stress, covenant trend analysis, and peer group benchmarking. Case prioritization achieves 8 times productivity improvement by filtering 10,000 early warning indicators and ranking the top 100, providing dynamic risk scoring across portfolios, and offering next best action recommendations. AI evaluation framework. Use AI when there is high volume with low variability, clear feedback loops for training, human override always available, and explainability required through SHAP values. Never use AI when dealing with rare events that are undersampled, high financial consequences, no ground truth for training, or when black box decisions are required. Rule engine plus workflow integration patterns. Integrating rule engines and workflow systems is critical for seamless automation. Several patterns can be employed depending on the desired architecture and governance model. Pattern 1 is rules first, workflow second, where the transaction flows to rules, then to approve, reject, or escalate decisions, then to workflow. This is best for high-volume, low-complexity processes. Pattern 2 is workflow-driven rules, where the workflow orchestrates when and how rules are invoked. This is best for multi-stage approval processes. Pattern 3 is event-driven hybrid, where events trigger both rules and workflow actions in parallel. This is best for real-time processing with complex dependencies. Practical implementation considerations. When implementing rule engines, workflows, and AI in corporate lending, several practical considerations are essential. Start with high-volume, low-risk processes to build confidence and demonstrate value. Ensure robust testing, including unit testing, integration testing, and user acceptance testing. Maintain comprehensive audit trails for all automated decisions. Implement strong governance with clear ownership and change control processes. Design for human override capabilities at all critical decision points. Monitor and measure performance continuously with clear metrics. Iterate and improve based on feedback and performance data. Common pitfalls to avoid. Overcomplexity in rule design leads to maintenance nightmares. Insufficient testing results in production errors and loss of trust. Lack of transparency makes debugging and improvement difficult. Ignoring edge cases causes system failures in unexpected scenarios. Poor change management leads to user resistance and adoption challenges. Inadequate monitoring prevents early detection of issues. The future of rule engines, workflow, and AI. Looking ahead, several trends will shape the evolution of these technologies in corporate lending. Advanced machine learning will enable more sophisticated pattern recognition and prediction. Natural language processing will improve document understanding and extraction. Robotic process automation will handle more complex multi-system interactions. Low-code and no-code platforms will democratize automation development. Real-time decisioning will become the standard for most processes. Explainable AI will address transparency and regulatory requirements. Conclusion. Rule engines, workflow orchestration, and AI are the tactical tools that bring automation strategy to life in corporate lending. Success requires understanding their appropriate use cases, implementing proven patterns, maintaining strong governance, and always keeping the human in the loop for critical decisions. By focusing on practical, production-proven approaches rather than chasing buzzwords, financial institutions can achieve significant efficiency gains while managing risk effectively. The key is to automate the mechanical 80% while preserving human expertise for the judgmental 20% that truly matters.